sell. You are going to sell. So first thing I want to talk about is obviously in person. In person, one-on-one, maybe with one or two consultants, you are just, kind of putting the products on them, not maybe a big party or anything else, but you're just out and about and you are just trying something on them. That's one way. The other way is on the go. So what do you mean by on the go? I mean, you're putting samples together, you're putting them in a little bag, you're handing them out here and there to everyone. You might take a couple of samples, staple it in the lookbook, give it to someone and say, I know you're really busy, if you'll try this. You really can do that with everything except for the foundation. I mean, you could just ask them their skin type, put their skin type in there, microdermabrasion. You can put in a little sample, you can put our mask in there, anything. People that are busy, they can still count towards your goals. Then we have online. This is blowing up. If you at all love social media, then here's where you really should take the opportunity to just jump online and start doing some training, start doing some facials, send samples, jump online. I mean, there are so many ways for you to market your business online. This weekend, I was so blessed to be with one of the top directors in our company, Nancy Castillo. I hope I'm saying it right, Nancy. Castillo, thank you. Oh my gosh, she's the best. Like, her family's the best. And this is beyond Mary Kay, that her husband and her mother and her father blessed me in so many ways. Her father just spoke so many blessings over me and my family. But one of the things that we talked about were the different ways that she's communicating. And it's not just one way. So, guys, I'm a little scared of social media and all that, believe it or not, but I'm getting brave. I am getting brave. So I am going to start doing Zoom. I am going to do freeconferencecall.com that I always do on Wednesday. Well, guess what? I hooked up with Nancy. I now know how to do a video, one-on-one. There's FaceTime. There's Facebook Live. There's so many ways for you to communicate online. You can set everything up on the weekend because now you can schedule everything in Facebook if you are in a group. So you can schedule things to go out. So there's lots of ways. The beauty of online sometimes is that you don't have to show your face. You can just post. And then also another week, we're going to talk about how you can meet people online. But online business, then what I'm really going to dig into is the party. The party, and the 13 steps. And then we have on paper. Is there anyone else that produces a better book than we do every quarter? No one. No one in the industry has what we have. No one has the information. No one has the diversity. No one has the most up-to-date product. Our company is so amazing and so consistent with just our literature that we have out there. And, something that I need to add new is just everything that you can do now with your phone and sending videos. And I have been posting on my Facebook page new videos that the company's been just giving us that you can forward out to your customers. I mean, our company is the best when it comes to magazines, paper products, all of that. The preferred customer program, mine just, mailed out and they've been landing this past week. Woo, I love it because I'm just getting orders. Just because I mailed out a 70-cent little book. Okay, so now I want to dig into, this is honestly one of my favorite trainings to do. It is my favorite because I think sometimes we make the skincare class so complicated, and it really doesn't need to be complicated. I love to quote Gloria Mayfield Banks, who is the #1 national in our company, and she talks about, to be honest with you, all you have to know how to do to have a class or a skincare class or a party or whatever your beauty experience, whatever you want to call it. All you have to know how to do is squirt it in a tray and say, put this on your face, take this off your face, put this on your face, take this off your face. How does your face feel? Oh, it feels good. The party's over. I mean, it is really that simple. You do not need to know everything about everything when you get started. But I'm going to tell you, the company has lined us up perfectly to be able to have all the tools right at our fingertips to do the best that we can. And so I am going to post, those of you that are here today, yay, they get this material, but I'm going to post for all of you to have on our Facebook page later on tonight. But the 13 steps to a successful party with AIP. So write that down, AIP. So you're like, what is an AIP? An AIP is agreement in purse. That means not only the party, but going home with a new consultant at every party. You know, Mary Kay Ash always told us at every party there's a new team member. There's at least one new team member. So I truly believe if you develop these steps that I'm going to give you, that you will be able to more consistently, every time you have a party, walk away with at least minimum of $200 in sales, plus a new recruit. And I'm telling you, you can work towards that. You can definitely work towards that. 2 words that move you up. Power start. Power start. I've been in this company for 17 years, and whenever I need to boost my sales, to grow my unit, to grow my future national area, I do a power start. Some of you have been on my Facebook page, and you see that next month I'm getting bold, and I'm looking for the women that want to be bold with me. I'm not doing 30 faces next month. I'm doing 50 faces. 50 faces is my minimum that I am doing next month because I am looking for my next directors. And the best way to find them is to get out there and find some new people. And so 50, plus I got to finish the cruise. Yeah. Got to be honest. I got to find my reds, get them done. So 50 faces, that's my minimum. But 30 faces is what we normally say if you want to be full-time. 30 faces, part-time, 15 faces, 10 faces. For some of you, 5 faces. I know we're laughing here, but I'm serious. Let's get 5 done. You know, we have this awesome contest for the foundation contest that's going to go through July, but it's so easy. I have a guest today that I literally met on the airplane. You guys know me. My husband wanted to kill me, but I met the most fabulous young lady. She's like, I'm older than you think. But anyway, and we just connected, and that was just last week, and she's here. Cindy is filling in today and helping me out, and she's in there getting her all fabulous looking. So thank you, Cindy. I love you for being so go-give all the time. So that's what helps. Call to book, coach to hold, close for results. You got to get your closing in there. This is going to teach you all of that. So I'm going to go through the steps, but there's a couple of things I want to tell you before we start with step 1. So the first thing that you have to do, which we went over a couple of weeks ago, is coaching, and that is pre-profiling. So I'm not going to go into it because I talked a lot about it a couple of weeks ago. You can go back and watch that training. But you need to pre-profile all your guests. That is going to ensure that your party holds. It's going to ensure when you invite guests to your meetings that they attend. By you calling them and getting their skin type and asking them what are their skincare needs, they are more apt to show up and to come. Not just texting them and say, will you come? Okay, here's your directions. That's it. No, you have to get to know them by pre-profiling them. Starter kit. And I love this. Be sure to pack your bag and your starter kit. So I am going to include on our Facebook page what needs to be in your starter kit. What do you need? What materials? What should you print? And here's what you should do. This bag should be packed and ready to go at all times. Not that you're taking stuff out to personally use for yourself. I mean, you're setting yourself up for disaster. I know some of you, you're brand new, and so you're using some of your products. That's okay. Work up to having a bag that's only for your skincare classes, and then having your personal products for you. It's going to make life easier. You want to have that bag neatly packed. You want to take this checklist that I am going to put on Facebook, and you want to just make sure everything's in there. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I started my business and I had a full-time job and full-time kids and full-time everything, I quickly got an assistant. Some of you can get the little person down the street who can come in, just check your bag, put stuff in, and she would do it for a lip gloss. I mean, just make sure that you have everything set. This, as you guys know, C is not my number one, meaning, having a checklist is not number one for me, but I've developed that skill because I wanted to be prepared when I would have my facials or go somewhere. The blessing is, if you come to our training center, we provide you with the majority of these things, but there are some items you need to have on your own. So you want to do that. You want to arrive nice and neat to your party, looking organized. You do not want to be the bag lady with 4 or 5 bags, and you're like, you have all these bags. I mean, who would want you to come back if you walked up to their door with like all these bags? No, you should be able to fit everything in 2 bags. That's the most. Your products that you want to sell, have them neatly in your car. Now, if you live in Texas, that may be challenging. You may have to, invest in something with a cooler that you can bring in. But most of the time, if I'm going to someone else's home, it stays in my car. And then at the end, I may bring it out. It depends. But you just want to look organized and neat when you go there. And then be sure to look and act professional. And we talked about this with week 1. You always want to dress one step above your group. So if I'm facialing a bunch of 22 or 23-year-olds, I may wear a pair of jeans, but I have on heels and a jacket with my jeans. I will tell you, I honestly, very rarely do I wear slacks or pants. I like to wear a dress, a skirt, a sundress, because you never know. I think that looks professional. I will tell you, if you are in your red jacket and you would like to wear your red jacket to your parties, you don't have to. I would prefer that you wear a skirt, because the Mary Kay uniform is a skirt or a dress with your red jacket. You never see me in my director suit with slacks on. Okay, so that's just kind of some protocol for Mary Kay that I love. Okay, so before you start the class, you always want to be there 30 minutes before. When you're brand new, when I first started my business, it was an hour before that I had to be at the home. Just because I just had to get my bearings. I had to make sure, where everything was set up and where I was going to close everyone and where everything was going to be prepared. I always try to tell my hostess before time that I need a separate room from the room that we're doing the class to close everyone. And I will tell you, I have done skincare classes in 1-bedroom apartments. And so maybe we're in the kitchen and then we close in the living room. But there have been times that we are in the kitchen and the bedroom was not available, and I may be closing in the bathroom. I don't know. We're all over the place, but I need somewhere separate, somewhere to close the guest to make it happen. I've had some great parties and
I am going to include how I set my trays up. There is no right or wrong. I have to tell you guys, it's really your preference how you set up your trays. So I will tell you, Larice, myself, and Mary Lou, we prefer to set our trays up with the TimeWise 3D on the top and the supplements always on the bottom, because we always start with the TimeWise 3D on the top. But I know for some of you, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it drove my daughter absolutely crazy that we went from the top to the bottom to the top. So when you're doing your own private parties, if you would rather have the cleanser, Microderm 1, Microderm 2, it's really what works for you. But I am gonna say to you that you need to try something and stick to it. Don't bounce back and forth. Stick to it and really figure out what makes you feel comfortable. Most of the time in the beginning, I say, try our way first, because you're gonna see us do it over and over and over again. But then there's some of you, you're fine. Go ahead, set it up whatever way you want. Just be prepared with how to set it up and what you're doing. So that is great. Okay, so are you ready? Ready for step one? Ready for step one? Let's get this party started. So, step one, upon arrival. So, I love this. So, when your guest walks in the door, so arrival, step one, it is so important that you sit your guests down. Do not allow your guests to come into the event and go in the kitchen and talk to the hostess, or if it's family members, they're going downstairs, they're talking to everyone. No, it's the kiss of death, because then everybody's everywhere. Even if they're super early, you have them come in and sit them down. Now, do not do satin hands right away. You're also creating chaos. Have them come in, sit down, fill out their customer profile. Now, if you pre-profile them, you filled out some of it, and then they have to fill the rest out. You have them fill it out, you get their tray ready, and you match their foundation. Now, some of you may be flip-flopping that in the middle. That gives me a stomach ache. Because if it's wrong, I got all this stuff going on. I like to have everything done before time. But it is so important that you do that. Now, after all of that is done, and even here at our training center, if you have a guest, we want you to sit your guests down, get their pre-profile, get their trays ready, get their foundation, and then you can maybe get their snacks or whatever it is, unless they're super duper early. After that, as long as, let's say my party started at 6:30, I give them till 6:40. So by 6:40, maybe I'll do satin hands. But if they come rolling in there 20 minutes late, 30 minutes late, there's no satin hands. Like they missed that step, because you are now backtracking and it's gonna put you behind. Plus, I want you to remember, it's not fair to the guests that are on time that you start later. So it's kind of like you catch them up. I mean, you know the feeling and all of that, but your goal is to try and start your party at the correct time. You want to make sure that they fill out the entire thing, because if they're missing their anniversary, how are you going to call them and give them a gift certificate on their anniversary? If they don't put their husband's name down, how are you going to call them for Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, for Christmas? If you don't have their birthday, how are you going to do a birthday gift? How are you going to recommend additional products if they don't fill it out? Now, a side note, the profile on the top is not the same as on the bottom. Just FYI for those of you that are new. I want you to go ahead and fill out a profile, lift it up, and you will see the bottom gives you recommendations for your second and third appointment. So you want them to fill that out and get everything done. especially the husband's phone number. Make sure you get that in there. So step 1, complete. Step 2, you have everybody sitting there in the class. So I always start out with a thank you. So I just thank everyone for coming. I thank them for their time. Everyone's busy. Everyone's busy. So for them to take a little bit time out and to come, it's super important. You want to thank your hostess. Thank you for coming. I'm not sure what the hostess gift is. That's where I may, give the hostess her gift, explain what's happening at the party. And here's where you want to tell everyone. And when I post this, you will see there's a script here. You tell everyone that this is the first of their 2 appointments. Do you know that everyone in Mary Kay gets 2 appointments? Everyone, for free. Every appointment's free, but still. We make a big deal. Everyone gets at least 2 free appointments, but you have to talk about it up front. You have to tell them in the beginning, this is the first of 2 appointments at your personal consultation at the end. Did you hear me already say that in the beginning of the party? It's so important. You have to say it at the beginning of the party. At your final consultation, we'll talk about your second appointment. You have to make it exciting. Now, if you have a hostess, hopefully you are able to get there early and do color cosmetics on the hostess before time. And you're explaining to everyone, wow, at your follow-up appointment, this is what you're gonna get. And if you have friends, you're gonna get this. You will see that I added in here that I give away a color compact to my guest. Because guess what they're gonna do? Fill it with color. If they have a party, I'm giving them the color compact, they're gonna fill it with color. Whatever your hostess program is, you want your guest to be like, wow, that's awesome, which is great. So number 2, you want to thank everyone and let them know what the class is going to be all about. Okay, so number 3, and wait, I may have to back up. So I want you guys to know that our company, I don't know where it's at. Anyway, here somewhere, you guys all know what it looks like. There's so many different ways for all of you to stay in line with your skincare class now. We have the flip chart that comes in your kit. And I'm not saying that you need to read word from word with the flip chart. If you guys want, you can turn the air down too. Just keep turning it down. A little hot here in Texas if you guys aren't here. Right, April? It's hot in Texas. Okay, so here's the deal. The flip chart is there as a guide. You can read from it. There's nothing wrong with reading from the flip chart. There's nothing wrong if you have a beauty book, reading from the beauty book. I will tell you, I am so excited because we have a new app, which I'm gonna try and show you guys. It is called the Showcase app. And hold on, I'm gonna show you. Wait, I gotta go back. I think I can get this on. Josie, you can tell me if I'm right. Okay, can they see it? I'm gonna show you the app.
Just go back there.
Oh, I'm gonna go back here. Josie's gonna fix it because she's smart. Okay, so there is an app. I have all my Mary Kay apps together, but there's a Showcase app that I want all of you to download. They have just updated it in the last 2 or 3 weeks, maybe a month ago. And it has the whole class at your fingertips. Like, it is so incredible. So hold on, Josie, because I want to show them. So I'm going to click on it. And I want to show you. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it actually goes through the whole class and everything that you need to say. So here's your kind of your checklist. Let's party. At the bottom, it tells you exactly what to say. So like those of you that go to church, well, not Catholic churches, they are not doing that yet, but non-denominational churches, and like the pastor is so cool, kind of reading from their phone and their iPad, that's gonna be you. You look so professional. So everything on the flip chart is now at your fingertips. Isn't that awesome? So you have the flip chart, you have this. Not only that, one last thing, Josie, I'm sorry. It has videos. Isn't this the coolest thing ever. So if you have no idea what you're talking about, you can just click on the video and show it. I mean, this company thinks of everything. Okay. So now we'll go back to normal, Josie. Maybe. I'm never normal. Okay, so anyway, back to everyone introduce themselves. So on this app, it kind of gives you an outline that you can follow. But number one, upon arrival. Number two, thank everyone. Number three, have everyone introduce themselves. And this is important to break the ice, kind of to make, everybody feel comfortable. I usually say, how do you know the hostess? Tell me a little bit about yourself. And I let them tell me whatever they want. And then I throw in, what's your favorite thing to eat? Because everybody likes something to eat. And we laugh about it, and we talk about it, and we talk about me being the pickiest eater in the world, and, being from Jersey, and, all that crazy stuff. It just breaks the ice. Something for everyone to feel comfortable. So that's number three. Now, number four. Number four, you are going to tell your I story. And this is where everybody gets nervous. And they're like, I don't know what to say, or what am I going to say? You know what? Anything that you say is interesting to them. It's so interesting for other people to know about you. Your I story is just, why did you start Mary Kay? Why did you start Mary Kay? It could be, I started Mary Kay because my best friend wants to win a cruise. And now look at me. I started Mary Kay for a little extra money. I started Mary Kay because I met someone and she drove a pink Cadillac. Whatever it is about you, it will interest them. Sometimes, I want to be honest with you guys. I have been in Mary Kay 17 years. I don't expect you to have your I story the way that I do, or Larice, or Mary Lou, or Demetrius now as a brand new director. You have to be you. Everyone's interested in what you want. I will tell you, if you go back to MK University, and all of you can go on MK University, there is a section that'll help you develop your I story. Really, it's why did you get started? What did you do before Mary Kay? And what are your goals for Mary Kay? It's a very simple thing to talk about. Mine sometimes is a little too long. You should follow what it says on there. Don't follow me with that one. I try, guys. I try. Okay, so now the great part is when you're doing your I story, I'm gonna give you this little script where you kind of transition into just talking about how Mary Kay Ash always said there's one person at every party that might be good at doing what I'm doing. It's just kind of flavor, just to kind of let them know something's going on. And it's funny because, sometimes the guests are like, not me. Oh, she would be good. And I always laugh. The one that says not me is the one that always signs up. It's awesome. It is so much fun. Okay, so now, guess what you get to do? You are gonna start, so number 5 is start facially. You're gonna start facially. So again, here is where, depending on what device you're using, if you have the flip chart, you're gonna talk a little bit about Mary Kay. Do not read all that on the flip chart. I just wanna be honest with you guys, it's too much. Pick out 2 or 3 things that make you excited about Mary Kay. It may be our charitable foundation. It may be that we do no testing on animals. It may be, there's a lot of great information, but just pick out the bullet points. I will tell you, I do love the app because it has in bold letters just some key facts about Mary Kay that I think makes it really easy for you just to kind of start something, about the company and say something small about the company. And then we're gonna move right into the products, So I do have on this paper that I'm going to show all of you, I do have kind of the way that I do my skincare class. As I said, the beauty of Mary Kay, there is no right or wrong. Obviously, you gotta cleanse before you gotta have them moisturize. But I do like doing microdermabrasion at my first appointment. I may throw in the charcoal mask, but I do not throw in all these other products. I don't. Keep it simple. Keep it basic. It's your first class. Your goal is to get them to love your skincare. Here's what happens. Your guests typically remember the last thing you put on them. I want you to hear this. Your guests remember the last thing you put on them. So if you are so focused in your first appointment on all this color, they buy a lipstick and a lip gloss and a mascara. Is that something they have to order all the time? No. Is that something they have to wash off their face and use every day? And no, it's skincare. You will make your money by having skincare customers. And so I really, at your first appointment, I want you to focus on the skincare. Now, I will tell you my exception to the rule. Those millennial girls. Somewhat. I'm going to tell you they love skincare too. But I may put a little color on them depending on the situation. You'll be surprised. But majority of the time, it is about skincare. So you want to start with the eye makeup remover. Then you want to go into, depending on which skincare you're going to use, your 4-in-1 cleanser. I love to do the microdermabrasion no matter what's going on. I always have the microdermabrasion because it's the ultimate miracle set. It's the key, it's the basis of our company, is the ultimate miracle set, which includes the microdermabrasion. Yes, I will throw in the charcoal mask, but here's the deal. I want you guys to think about this. What is the retail on the microdermabrasion set? $55. What is the retail on a charcoal mask? $24. You just cut your sales in half. They do buy what you show. You know, again, maybe it's a different age group or maybe you're doing something special. I think it's fine to do both, but I would never eliminate the microdermabrasion. I want them to be on that basic skincare first that they're gonna use. So of course, you can look at this paper, you can go step by step. To be honest with you, there are so many videos. I've posted videos. The Mary Kay skincare class, chapter 5 on MK University is fabulous. I didn't even put facts on this paper because you have enough facts at your fingertips on this app, the flip chart, and everything else that Mary Kay has put out. I just kind of tried to give you things that you may not know on how to put it on, what to do, how to tell them to go up with their face. You know, little tips like that is what I included on this 13-step paperwork. What is very important, though, is that you follow through on, you know, going through the miracle set, so through to at least the eye cream. And after I'm done with the eye cream, so we've cleansed, we've microderm, we've maybe masked, then we've done day, night. Now, if you put day solution on, then you're gonna put the night solution maybe on your hand. Or I do it on the neck, I say down to the décolleté. The reason I do that is because I want them to use that product everywhere. Use more product everywhere. And it really makes a difference. Like it really, like right here, that's where you wanna know. Don't zoom in, Josie, but you wanna look young right here. So anyway, day, night, eye cream, boom. So after my moisturizer, then what I do is I play the referral game. And here's another place where some of you do not play the referral game. Do you know that if you have a party and you have 5 people there, the average that someone will give you is at least 10 people. But I will tell you, at my referral games, I tell them to fill up the back of that form. And in the back of that form, whoever fills it up first is going to get a fabulous gift. Whoever hits at least, let's say 10, I give them a ticket for a fabulous gift. But I make it fun. I tell them I'm gonna give them a gift card to their customers. I take a picture of them at the end. But if you have 5 guests and they each just give you 10, that's 50 new people for you to facial. What's my goal? 50 faces. I could do that from one party. I can get that. Now, will they all show up? No. But even if a third of them show up, even if I get, let's just say, 10 or 15 of them, they're going to give me referrals. The referral game is in the flip chart. The referral game is at your fingertips. There's tons of YouTube videos on how to play the referral game. If you're super duper shy and super duper scared, you could just tell them to flip it over, and I'm gonna give a prize to anyone who gives me referrals. Just don't forget to do it. So step number 6 is really important. So now sometimes people say, well, what do you do for gifts? Keep it simple. Yes, if you come to our training center, we do have all kinds of gifts. Primarily, I'm gonna tell you the truth. We have product gifts and we have other than product gifts for the consultants. But I never give away other than product gifts at my parties. I'm only promoting Mary Kay and my business. I'm not promoting jewelry company. I'm not promoting a notebook. I'm promoting Mary Kay. So that's what I give away as gifts. Now, if you want to keep it simple and you're really trying to be efficient, lip glosses. Get a bunch of lip glosses, put it in a cute basket. Every party, that's going to be your gift. Pick out your color. Lip glosses, hand cream. I mean, they're 2 very, very simple gifts. Now, if you are working your business full time, and let's say you are buying our limited edition products, I like to have limited edition products. Anything that's left over, anything that's discontinued, all of that kind of stuff. And you don't need to spend a lot of money. I'm not saying that. It's just keep things simple. Lip gloss all the time. You won't have to think about it. Hand cream all the time. Everybody loves hand cream and lip gloss. Okay, so that's the referral game number 6. Now number 7. Number 7 is the color makeup portion. Now, this is optional. I'm going to tell you, it's optional. I do CC cream at all of my first parties. But I will tell you, that may be it. Just the CC cream. What I've been doing lately that I absolutely love, that I found from one of the top directors, I will do the CC cream and I will give them their color card and say, if you want to take it home, so that's their gift, like their little goodie bag gift. You know what? If you're scared to leave here and not have some color makeup on while I'm doing my individual consultation, you can put color on. If not, take it home as a gift. But I'm not spending the time going through it because I want to spend the time on my one-on-one consultations. I want to spend more time learning about each person and what their skincare needs are, or if they would like to start a Mary Kay business. So that's something new that I've been doing. Now, if you have a theme party, that may be different. Foundation primer, optional. I do not do foundation primer with my CC cream at my personal parties. This is a personal preference to me. I like to have all of my primers at my second appointment. I really do. I personally have not sold more because I have the foundation primer, because I'm basically trying to market the skincare. But it's up to you. If you want to have the foundation primer and that makes you feel excited, go for it. I do want you guys to know something. The foundation primer is kind of like a tinted moisturizer. It is, I mean, not a tinted moisturizer. The foundation primer, if you use the CC cream, which is like a tinted moisturizer, and someone is very oily, you're going to be at your parties and you're going to do like what I did when I first was using both. I'm looking at my customer and I'm getting scared because things are starting to drip. Because if you have someone that's super oily, the CC cream, even if you have the translucent powder, and the foundation primer is a bit much. That is one of my tips. If they are super oily, pick one or the other. And I am gonna tell you that I've been using mineral powder with, instead of the CC cream. If you don't have it, just use the CC cream, translucent powder, a lot of it. But to put the fine may be over. Now, dash out the door. We do have our cream eyeshadow, which takes 2 minutes. Cream eyeshadow, a little bit of a bronzer, a little bit of lip gloss. You can do that really quick. That's called dash out the door. Especially here at our training center, we ask people to be models, and so we like to give them some color here. But feel it out at your party and see. You don't have to in the beginning, when you're doing your parties and you're just getting comfortable. I really want you to get comfortable with your skincare. I really want you to do that. But color's fine. Color cards, that's great. So that is number 7. Number 8, marketing. Oh, scary, right? Everyone's scared now. They're like, I don't know how to talk about the business. I don't know what to do. And I understand. When I first got started, I'm like, I don't know what to say. I have included for each and every one of you the Mrs. Cab game. So if you haven't seen me do it, I don't know, I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere, or we'll show you. But the Mrs. Cab game is so easy and fun. We call it the purse game. You just call out a letter, have someone find it in their purse, and you're gonna just talk about these letters. It's called Mrs. Cab because it's easy to follow. But in the beginning, you literally can read right off of this page, and you can answer everything that you need. They'll know a little bit about it. You can share a video if it's just a couple of you on your iPad. There are other marketing games out there. There's a question and answer game that some feel comfortable with. Whatever works for you, I just want you to do something about marketing. Something. Even if you have to borrow your director's story, my story, Demetrius's story. Some of you are on Larissa's team watching this today. Just talk about Mary Kay. You really can't say anything wrong. You might want to just pull out the applause book and say, I was just shocked that these women made this kind of money. I will tell you, eventually, this is something that you want to get proficient in. You do want to figure out what makes you feel comfortable and what you can do to kind of share the Mary Kay facts. And again, in the very beginning, you can just read off the flip chart. Just read off of this sheet that I'm going to post for you, and you'll be fine. But just share a little bit about Mary Kay. So that's number 8. All right, let me look at my timing. Oh my gosh, what time is it? Oh my gosh, I only have 9 minutes. Okay, number 9. Number 9, compliment time. So I love this time. This is when you just go back and forth and just say, what did you love about their makeover? I love your lips. I love your skin. I love your color. Your skin feels good. I love compliment time. It makes everybody feel at ease and happy. Number 10. Okay, so you know how 10 is a great number? I want you to circle number 10. Circle, circle 10. Circle 10, circle it. Number 10, table close. Table close. So here's the deal. If like I'm being rushed today with my taping, you take something out the middle, but you do not take out your table clothes and your individual clothes. Your introduction, a little bit what you do in the middle, and what you do at the end is the most important. The beginning and the end. Your table close is where you are going to pass out whatever closing sheet that you use. I will tell you that the closing sheet that comes in our kit has been great to me. I love my closing sheet in my kit. That'll be another training. But the placemat that's in your kit works perfect. Use that. Go over the different sets. The basic, the miracle set, the ultimate miracle set. What is going to be your Groupon. What's going to be your sale for the day? I now do with the Miracle Set. They get one item at 50% off. With the Ultimate Miracle Set, I give them the free roll-up bag or they get the brush. Either one. You know what? It's whatever you feel comfortable. However you want to close your guests is up to you. But you have to do what we call the table close. And that is going over your sets, going over your specials, going over everything that you did today. You must have a travel roll-up bag. Okay? Circle this really big. Do not show up at your parties without a travel roll-up bag. You have to show them what they can get for free. And so with your initial inventory, you can get a travel roll-up bag for free. If it's not how you're going to start your business, that's one of the first things that you want to purchase for your bag is a travel roll-up bag. And you want to show that, and you want them to have that travel roll-up bag. The next training, I'll teach you how to have 10 travel roll-up bags. And so that every guest feels like they can go home with one. But for today, number 10, table close. Number 11, you are going to show them. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, I'm sorry guys, I don't think I have it. Oh yay, it's here. You are gonna show them a little bit about the Mary Kay career. This is in your kit. I also have where you can order it online. Okay, online. And so, quickly, you're just gonna talk to them about, I'm a consultant, or I'm a senior consultant, or I'm in my red jacket. And this is just how Mary Kay works. So you're just gonna tell them a little bit about it. Next, you are going to pass out a beautiful little form. I'm gonna add this on. And this is, please tell us what you think. Please tell us what you think form. And what this form is gonna do is it is going to give you the ability to find out who's interested in the business. Now, if you're at my training center, you know that we actually ask these questions instead of having people fill out the form. But whatever makes you feel comfortable, at least you can take this form and you can take a picture of it and send it to your director so that your director can follow up from this form. And then last but not least, 13, Mary Kay's lucky number. Woo-hoo! Okay, give me just a couple more minutes, Josie. But 13 is the individual close. So important. You must close every guest. So if you have 3 guests, no problem. You have 10 guests, maybe a problem. You have to say to yourself, okay, I have 10 guests. I am definitely not going to do color because I want to individually sit with each guest. It is important that you make your guests feel comfortable throughout the class by saying at your individual close, I'm going to get to hear what do you want to know about skincare? What do you want to know at your next appointment? Have them feel comfortable that at the individual close, you're not just asking them to buy something, because that's what makes everyone nervous. That you really want to have a one-on-one. You want to be their beauty consultant for life. It is very important to you, their skincare. And at the individual close, you are going to sit down, and I will have a different training on that, closing, what to say, what to do. But I do give you some information on this 13 steps. So guess what? You've done it all. If you follow those 13 steps, I am going to tell you, you're going to have a better party. You're going to have larger sales at your party, and you're going to get a recruit at your party just by following these 13 steps. I've also included overcoming objections. I want you guys to feel comfortable that there's about 6. That's it. Everyone asks the same 6 things. So once you know these 6 things, you can overcome all objections. In the beginning, I recommend that you call your director or your recruiter right away and say, this is what this person said. And your director or your recruiter is going to help you through it. And then the next time you know what to say. But you got to do it right away so you know, what should I have said, or what should I do, or how does this work? So I know this was a lot of information today, but it is the meat and potatoes of our business. You can come to our training class over and over again at our training studio and watch the skincare class. You can watch the video online over and over again. Practice makes perfect. Practice. So your homework, I haven't given you guys homework for a long time. Homework, 3 skincare classes. Now, what's a skincare class? A hostess plus 2. You don't have to do a big party. Find your best friend, ask her mom and her sister. Go to another friend, ask their mom and sister. Go to your neighbor and say, I have to do this, and I want you to make sure you Facebook me that you've done it. Every person that does 3 parties and sends me the name and numbers of your hostess is getting a gift from me. And you want this gift because it's June. We give good gifts in June. Okay? So hopefully this helped everyone. Thank you. Welcome back from the holidays. Get ready. Do you know that June is the best month of the year? Yeah. You thought it was Christmas. It's not Christmas. It's June. It's Mary Kay's New Year. Mwah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. See ya. Bye. Woo-hoo.